see Kevin over there, no knee brace. I mean, obviously you don't have any type of like long-term update, but what was his activity level?
He didn't take part in anything with practice. He was with the training staff, and but he's progressing and getting on the bike and that kind of stuff.
Any type of like inversion type stuff that he's on?
He told me he's feeling really good.
So to get this, is there anything different that you do, or?
Well, we had a great practice today. I mean, that's the first step. Is the guys getting in the right frame of mind and actually getting some work in. I think we've had one practice in the last 2-3 weeks. It was in New York for about 45 minutes, and that was it. We've had a lot of slippage in our game, and anytime you hit adversity, it's a great time to reflect, a great time to reassess what you're doing. We picked apart some things on the film that we can do much better, and no excuses now. Like, we're home all week. The schedule kind of turns our way. Let's get back to being who we are.
It's taking such a microscope, and Andre's comment is still, being talked about nationally. Everything. Are you both of you kind of moved on from that?
Well, first of all, he wasn't talking about me. For the record,
right.
He and I have talked, and that'll remain private. I wasn't the slightest bit offended. I think, as I mentioned the other night, he's got a very cryptic sense of humor. The only thing I would say is there's certain humorous things you should say in the sanctity of the locker room, and certain humorous things you might want to keep from the media, and that was one of them, and he knows that.
Steve, the 3-game losing streak, first time since I think before you got here. This team hasn't been in this situation for a while. Do you notice any tightening, or how do you think they'll respond to it? Is it make it more exciting than just steamrolling?
This is going to sound crazy. I actually kind of like it. I think we need some adversity. We obviously have some, probably for the first time in 2.5 years in terms of the regular season. I think adversity can help. As I said, it forces you to kind of examine what you're doing and clean some things up and get right. And I think this is going to be good for us in the long run, because we're going to tighten up a lot of things. I thought last year we just kept winning through a lot of the slippage late in the season, and it helped us hang that tiny little banner on the wall over there. But we didn't hang the big one over there, and we like the big one better. So I think this could be, in a weird way, it could be helpful down the stretch.
You reformed your bench this season kind of to fit the roster around Durant. With Durant out, are you kind of feeling your lack of instinct Barbosa had last year?
Sure, it's a different roster, and we had more shooting off the bench last year with Rush and Barbosa and Spates, and that's fine. We're a little more top heavy with our perimeter shooting, but that's fine. I mean, we just have to adapt and adjust, and we can be very good offensively when even without KD. We've proven that. We didn't prove it this past week, but we've proven it in a couple games that he's missed, and we feel pretty good about what we do have, and we may tweak some things in the rotation a little bit. I'm going to explore some different things the next few games, but we'll be fine.
Does that maybe include more shooter and has the?
Yeah, Ian has earned his minutes for sure. What I love about Ian is that he's in and out of the rotation, sometimes based on matchup and size. He always stays ready. He's an ultimate pro, and he stays ready, stays confident, and he's been great last 3 or 4 games, and so he's earned more minutes. He'll be out there tomorrow.
Steph's had a pretty off the last 2 seasons. Do you have going through a slump right now? Do you have any theories as to why that is, or how we might get out of it?
Well, I mean, I've looked at the numbers. To me, his numbers aren't they almost exactly like 2 years ago?
3 maybe.
2 years ago, he was, if I'm correct, he was 24 a game, 46 and 40 shooting wise.
Yeah.
So This year, 25, 46, 39. I don't know. It sounds pretty similar to the year he won MVP. Compared to last year, yeah, his numbers are down. But I may be wrong. I looked at this over the last couple of weeks, and I thought the numbers were almost exactly what they were 2 years ago. So the drop off from last year, it's hard to match that. I know I made that Ted Williams reference a couple of months ago. He hit 406, and then the next year he slumped to 357, I think. So, for what it's worth, that's my analogy.
Are you hopeful this stretch you just endured can be an example? This stretch that you guys just got through, are you hopeful it might be an example to the league of, here's a really
100%.
bad...
Yeah.
Okay.
As I've said, I think Adam's done an incredible job of really taking to heart these issues. The next step, in my mind, is for the league to get together with their broadcast partners and say, okay, here are the games we want on national TV. Let's really examine those previous 10 days and try to make it so that those things are eliminated. To me, the whole thing was not the number of games we played. It's the 2 trips across the country within the same 8-game stretch. That should never, ever happen. They can work around that. I know they can. There's still going to be stretches where guys are tired. Maybe you have to rest guys. But let's try to make, especially the marquee games on national TV. Let's try to rest them. In 2 weeks, we will play San Antonio again. It'll be our 6th straight back-to-back in San Antonio.
Why do you think that is?
I have no idea. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I think they just. I'm not.
We are.
You guys are. I just think they don't pay attention. Honestly, I don't think. There's nobody in the league offices going, well, let's make it really hard for them and give them up. I just think it's just like nobody pays attention. Nobody in the league office said 8 games, 11,000 miles, 8 cities, and let's put them in a back-to-back. They just didn't even think about it.
Wasn't part of the guys playing so many national TV games, which is in many senses a good thing, but because they backload the schedule, they got to jam in a lot of dates. This is kind of the byproduct.
Yes,
right?
Yes, agreed, and that's what I think they have to examine, and I think they can move some pieces around and avoid what we had the other night. Not completely, but they can help.
6 of those 8 games were national TV games. It seems.
What's that?
6 of those 8 games were national TV games.
I mean, there's a reason we fly 10,000 miles more than Sacramento.
Right.
Because we got a lot more national TV games. We're trying to slide them in.
Yep.
So again, it's the league, it's the broadcast partners, it's maybe the players' union getting involved and figuring out ways to decrease those situations. Everyone's going to have hard road trips, but we didn't need to come home for that Boston game. That was what put us over the edge, mentally and physically. And it's my job as a coach to do what's best for the team, and I felt like my hand was forced, and so that's what I did.
Everyone says, well, Beck played 80-plus games, and you're from back in the day. Is the difference the TV games, the national TV games?
I think there's a difference. Like, I remember when I played in Chicago and Cleveland, when we went to Texas, you'd look at it every year, you go, man, we got the Texas Triangle. We're going to play Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio. That's going to be a tough trip because all those teams were good. But the point was, you went on the Triangle. You flew from Houston to San Antonio. You didn't fly from Minnesota. You didn't fly from Atlanta to, Oakland to Boston, like to Minnesota to San Antonio. You know what I mean?
So the travel does.
I think the travel is worse, but I haven't studied that. I may be wrong, but I believe that there are more sort of made-for-TV matchups that are forcing teams to travel more. That's my gut.
Steve sort of related to this on health. Injury-free is more important on the playoffs than the number 1 seed.
For sure.
How much does that trace to your point? What do you remember about being with the Bulls? How valuable was that number 1 seed, or how healthy were you guys going into that? Sort of the roots of this.
Well, there's a lot of symmetry. The first 2 years that I was in on those championship teams, we ran away with the 1 seed. We didn't even have to think about it. The third year, we had the 1 seed in the East, but Utah won home court during the finals. They had that better record. But we had a lot of injuries. We had Scotty was injured. Dennis got suspended. Shocker. we had a lot of stuff. We had some turmoil, and we had to get through that season. And I don't think it's any coincidence. It's a similar, year 3 when you're going to the finals and you're playing all these big games. It's a little easier to get a little worn down. And so, we ended up winning on the road in the finals, which was great. But we had to get through the regular season.
Do you remember that any number 1 seed more important than being healthy and sort of? I guess you didn't rest guys probably as much.
I mean, honestly, I don't think any coach in his right mind is going to chase the 1 seed at the expense of health. I mean, it's so obvious. You don't even know who you're going to play. You get the 2 seed and maybe the 1 seed is not. I mean, maybe you're not even there. Maybe you get losing the first round because you're fried and you have injuries. So to me, it's not even a conversation. You prioritize health and whatever happens there.
On the flip side of all this, though, they get home since your last 7, you're pretty much through the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Do you feel fortunate that the league did that for a team that wants to be rested going into the playoffs?
Yes, I love the schedule. I love everything about the schedule. And I want to commend the league on doing what they've done, and now we're ready to roll for the rest of the year. All right. Thank you.